you need to be able to read and sketch graphs of the trigonometric functions. Here's a graph of sine. So you should have seen this graph before. If not, you need to play with your graphics calculator some more. We'll be doing a little bit more of that later. I need to remind you of a few of the words. So the sine graph starts at 0, comes back and actually keeps going for a long time. Forever, in fact. It's called periodic because it keeps coming back to the same shape and pattern again and again. The period is the distance. I shouldn't say period is distance, should I? The period is the amount of x that it takes to get back to where it started from. And I don't mean back to the same position in the y-axis. I mean back to the start of that pattern again. The period is from here to here. Or if you prefer, it's from here to here. Or if you prefer, it's from here to here. That's the period. The amplitude is from the median line in the centre up to the maximum. Or it's exactly the same as the distance from the median line in the centre down to the minimum. That's the amplitude. So that's sine, and here's cos. The only real difference, I want to see if I can fit them both on the same screen, almost. Sine starts at 0, cos starts at 1. Remember, on the unit circle, the vertical coordinate starts at 0 at angle 0, but the horizontal coordinate starts at 1 at angle 0. Otherwise, they're actually the same. They have the same period, 360 degrees or 2 pi, and they have the same amplitude, 1. The median line is y equals 0, the x-axis. Now, I also wanted to remind you of what the tan graph looks like. Remember, it's sine over cos, and cos, on the bottom of my fraction for sine over cos can be 0. In fact, cos is 0 whenever the x-coordinate in my unit circle is 0, which is at 90 and 270, or at pi on 2 and 3 pi on 2. So every pi radians, every 180 degrees, tan is undefined. These lines, x equals minus pi on 2, minus 3 pi on 2, x equals pi on 2, x equals 3 pi on 2, these lines are called asymptotes. An asymptote is a line that the graph approaches and approaches and approaches but never quite meets. From this side it approaches, but it never quite meets. So that's an asymptote for this graph. You will need to be able to find those asymptotes and label them. So this is what the tan graph looks like, and you have to have some idea what it's doing. The points where it's 0 are the points where the sine over cos, the points where the sine on the top of the fraction is 0. So that happens at 0, at pi, at 2 pi, etc. All the multiples of pi. Now we are later going to translate these and shift them around a bit, but that's where the basic tan graph goes.